Motorists don't have to worry about paying a toll to cross the Halifax Harbour bridges, but they do need to keep in mind closures between toll removal work and ongoing restoration work. Both the McDonald and McKay bridges will require weekend or partial closures for more than one occasion this summer. So for more on what drivers can expect, we welcome Stephen Proctor from Halifax Harbour Bridges. Stephen, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you in. So much to talk about. Let's get right into it. So
Sure.
It's been a little while now. The tolls have been removed. How are things going?
Generally, I think they're going really, really well. My office overlooks the McDonald Bridge, and it moves things. As we reach our rush hour, there's still some lineups and stuff but people are generally very happy. There's still a little bit of tweaking going on there. One is there's a bus lane that we may be reintroduced once the city has done some work at the intersection. And the other thing is it's a great big sort of blob in between the two lanes there. What to do? Exactly, that lane there. So we're trying to decide what to do with that. So we've got sort of a little public consultation going on, saying, what do you want to do with it? How do you want it to do? Do you want it to be grass? Do you want a bell? Do you want a fountain? Do you want the statue of the bridge worker moved? Getting a lot of pickup on it, a lot more than I really expected.
Interesting. Well, I've been noticing when I come in the morning, there's a bridge patrol there, like right there. So that's still going to happen, right? Even with the new.
Absolutely, that's part of our enforcement effort, because the tolls are gone, but the enforcement is still there.
Okay. Well, this is a question a lot of people have, and I know you have the answer. What does a bridge patrol actually do?
Well, the Bridge Patrol is a 24/7 operation. They look for speeding. They look for distracted driving. When somebody runs out of gas, when somebody breaks down, we still have lots of people who just break down on the bridge. They're there to assist to get them off. They also have an enforcement role, turning around trucks on the McDonald Bridge, because the McDonald shouldn't be there. But they also can play a life-saving role as well.
Yeah, let's give an example.
Sure. Well, very recently, one of our bridge patrols came across a man who was just simply slumped across the steering wheel mid-span. And she thought it was odd. She stopped. She saw that he wasn't breathing, broke in the door, pulled him out, gave him a card. He had the bridge patrol have stuff, resuscitated him on the spot, sent him to hospital, EMS, where it was called, and he was revived. And as a result of that, she won she's been awarded nationally recognition for her effort. So it's not just about giving out tickets.
Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, we have some visuals right now of the bridge tolls coming down. What work still needs to be done in that process?
Well, on the McDonald Bridge, not very much. Okay. McDonald, other than that centerpiece. On the McKay, we've reconnected. We've got to still reconnect the Princess Margaret Boulevard ramps.
Okay.
They've been closed. Some have been closed longer than others, but we're about 3 weeks away from reconnecting that, so that part will make it easier for that. Then there's, what are we going to do with the sides? We pushed all the traffic through the middle, so we've got all this land on the side, so we've got to decide how to landscape that. Okay. So right now it's still a construction zone. We're still asking people to go 50. They are going a little more than 50. And that's why we need the vigilant enforcement. But once it's complete, it'll be a 70K per each.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So the work on the McKay is that there have been some closures because of the ramp work.
That's exactly right.
Okay. And that once that ramp work is done, basically the McKay won't have to close this summer anymore, or? Not for toll plaza stuff.
Okay. There's still some work that needs to be done. We're trying to coordinate with the Windsor Street Exchange, which is starting up this summer. So there will be a confusion there. So people do need to pay attention. July, August, we haven't nailed down the exact date. We've got some international people who are coming to do stuff. So we haven't nailed that down. But there will be at least one more closure of the McKay this summer. But we've been working very hard to do things other than weekend closures. You'll notice this past weekend, last night, there was a one-way closure so that they could do some bearing work, but it was work that could not be done while there was actual traffic. So, right. And on the McDonald right now, we've been having a Wednesday and Saturday rotation, yes, and that's to get scaffolding up to the project. I don't know what do you think when you drive across McDonald, when you see all the scaffolding up to the top? It looks pretty impressive, and there's guys up there, and there's 90 guys who are working on the project. It hasn't been quite as visible as I thought it would be, because all of the work is happening underneath the bridge. They've got a ton of work done under the bridge, and now they'll be shifting through the summer. It'll be on the top side, so people will be able to see it until it gets all wrapped.
All right. We're out of time, Steve. But that last question is, when will the refurbishment work that's being done with the scaffolding, when's that expected to be completed?
They'll be off the tower by November.
Okay.
November, December.
All right, but it never ends.
It never ends.
There'll always be work to be done to keep our bridges maintained. Thank you so much for coming this morning and bringing us this update.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, we put all of the Halifax Harbour Bridges information on ours so you can keep up to date when the closures happen and any changes that are taking place.